Ta-da! The GOAT is back.
Oh, thank God.
There he is.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
That's so nice. Okay.
All right.
Before we get into talking about Shrinking, we've been asking everyone what their favorite Christopher Nolan movie is. So
Oh,
what is
man. It's a really hard question. I've just been watching all of them, thinking about the way he plays with time. Look, Inception, I think, is like darn near perfect. But I also kind of compulsively watch his first Batman. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. So I could watch them all over and over again. He's a genius. I would love to work with him someday in any capacity.
No, I get that. I'm still old school. I love Memento. So
Memento's incredible. Yeah. It's really cool to be inspired by somebody who is so singular, like to watch someone not try to be anybody else. I don't know who his influences would be, but everything feels so singularly his that you watch.
Well, on a very different side of the filmmaking spectrum, do you have a favorite Steven Spielberg movie?
Oh, yeah, of course. Some things like imprint on you in childhood, and I think E.T., which I just watched in an outdoor movie theater with like a big group of people. And to this day, I don't know how many years it is later, when that bike takes off and the music swells, the entire audience stood up and cheered. Because I think it all harkens us back to our childhood when we saw that moment.
No, that was the first movie I saw in a theater repeatedly. I think as a kid I saw it like 10 times or something.
Oh my
in a
God,
movie
how
theater.
cool.
So I definitely get that one.
The first movie I saw in the theater was Superman. And my older brother was like a little bit older than me. And when it was, I think Superman 2, when he gives up his powers, and Lois said, do you want me to be your girlfriend? Something. And my brother, I still remember, stood up in the theater and screamed at the screen, "He's Superman. He doesn't need a girlfriend, Lois."
The rest of the theater probably loved that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like one of my favorite memories.
Yeah, I would have been there for that, but the rest of the theater probably hated him for doing that. Well, when you guys developed and pitched Shrinking, you had this 3-season arc. How are you feeling about that now? Do you see season 3 is the end? Will the show continue? Please tell me we'll get another 3-season arc.
Well, I think that we're trying to let the story be in charge. And if we can think of what the show is, then we'd all be happy to keep going. But it's about making sure that we only want to tell a story that is like kind of demanding to be told,
Is it something that you always think about? Is it something you try not to think about? Do you try to just think about like the season you're working on at the moment? How are you with that?
Bill Lawrence is more of a galaxy brain kind of thinker, where he's a genius, a proper genius at constructing these long-term arcs, both within a season and over many seasons. And he's been doing it such a long time. I'm a little bit more what's in front of me today. That's also kind of my job as an actor, not to get too far ahead of it all. So it's all a really good balance.
With Michael J. Fox joining the show, he's played so many fantastic roles. What is your favorite role of his?
Whoa. Listen, I think Back to the Future is a perfect movie. When I was learning how to write, we would be told, watch Back to the Future. It's a perfect movie. It's perfectly structured. The callbacks all are perfectly in place. And I think it's true. I still watch it sometimes if I'm like trying to plan something out to see like if it lines up right. So I think I'd have to say Back to the Future. I also loved Teen Wolf.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah.
I think there are certain movies that when you pass them on TV, you always have to stop no matter like where it's at in the movie and just keep watching it. And Back to the Future feels like one of those movies.
For sure.
If Shrinking could cross over with another show, what would you vote for?
Wait, you know what else I loved? Doc Hollywood.
Yes.
Do you remember Doc Hollywood?
Yes, I do. I saw that in a theater also.
Yeah. And I actually copy Doc Hollywood a lot when I'm writing. Like a guy, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is kind of copying Doc Hollywood in a way. It's like take somebody and put them in take someone who thinks they know more and put them in what seems like a more naive place. And then they find out that they've actually been missing it all along, that the beauty is in the simplicity. That's also a perfect movie. If I could take Shrinking and do what?
crossover with another show, what would you vote for?
So funny, I got asked that question yesterday as well, and I had never been asked that question about anything I've ever done previously. And it's
Really?
such a mind, like it's such a mind game. I would switch it with something totally counter genre, like a vampire type show. You know what I mean? To watch people really like watch these characters really be put through it.
Is there a character from another show that you would love to have sit in your office or Jimmy's office for therapy? Is there like when you watch shows, do you think I would just love to get that character in therapy with Jimmy?
I don't watch all that much, but I would kill for anything to be able to act with Gary Oldman. So
Yeah.
yeah, to his character from Slow Horses, any character he's ever played, his Dracula, I would love to therapize his Dracula.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably just have an entire episode of him just playing different characters in
Yeah.
therapy. Jimmy and Alice are in a good place this season. What do you love most about their journey in season 3?
I think that watching their like parent-child dynamic go from being flipped on its head to slowly him earning her trust back to crank it back to in season 2 kind of equals. And then finally for Jimmy to really take the wheel and say, no, I'm the parent and to make this the right size again. It's been a really amazing thing to play with her.
Yeah, it's been fun because it seems like she's now actually open to his advice or some
Yeah.
encouragement in a way that she wasn't before.
We try to be really honest about like it would take a heck of a lot for her to ever trust him again.
I feel too that it was particularly fun to get to see Jimmy and everyone in the bleachers at her soccer game. I love that it's sort of this group of friends that has become family to the point where they need a whole section because there are so many of them.
Yeah.
So, how challenging was it to do those scenes during the game? I mean, it's all sort of chaotic with you all sitting there and the game going on. What was all of that like to shoot?
Well, the real challenge is that there's not really a game going on when you're doing it. And so there's like a PA holding a flag running up and running up and down and everyone's kind of reacting and but there's something fun about that. It reminds you that this is what you used to do when you were a kid. You're
Yeah.
playing pretend. There are some scenes that aren't that and they require a little more depth and are more intellectually difficult. But to like watch a flag go back and forth like you're a dog, you know what I mean? And bark at it. There's something fun about that too.
Yeah, and I love that it's just everybody's personalities. I mean, it's just when you all are together, and it's so fun to see you all sitting there together like that because you do realize just how big the group is now.
Totally. Yeah. It's quite a found family we've put together.
After wanting to rebel, I mean, we see Alice, how important that family and support is to her this season to the point that she kind of panics at the thought of going away to college.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite moment for the two of you this season? Is there an episode, a favorite moment in a specific episode that we should watch out for?
Yeah, there's a moment in the Alice Jimmy storyline where you find out what she's afraid of is actually a little deeper than just that she's going to miss this found family. And Lukita delivers a speech perfectly to me, and I try to reciprocate. And it was a great day on set.
I also love Jimmy's reaction to learning that he's going to be the officiant at Paul and Julie's wedding.
Yeah, good.
Did you always know how you were going to react in that moment? Did you do a variety of reactions?
I got in
'Cause
trouble. I got in trouble for it when I did it because no one knew I was going to do it. And then my showrunner came up and said, okay, take it easy. Like, let's keep the level right. Come on. We know what the right tone of the show is. And guess what made the show? What ended up in the show, big guy?
I mean, I feel like that level is right. Like
Yes, I
that is the
agree.
level you would have.
I agree.
It's also really fun that the first episode of the season has a wedding when weddings tend to get held for later in the season or the finale of a show. Was it easy to decide what Jimmy would say to Paul and Julie, or did that also go through a whole process?
Well, my cantaloupe joke I had thought of the year before, the day after we shot the Michael Urie wedding. And I was so mad because I was like, I thought of a joke last night that would have been so funny to put into Michael Urie's wedding. And they said, save it you're going to get to do it next year. So it kind of all started there. And then Bill Lawrence had this idea that there was only going to, Harrison was only going to allow me one sentence. And so whatever I said was going to have to be one run-on sentence. It was a great fun comedy exercise.
Yeah, it's what I've gotten to see has been so delightful to watch. The first episode is great. All of the episodes have just been great. So thank you for talking to me about it. I'm excited to see the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you.